Yeah, we're also still talking about Friday.
No, you don't want to see that video. Hope Rebecca Black's doing well. But this
Hope Rebecca Black is doing well. Well, she's doing better since YouTube removed the dislike option.
True.
Because now that video just looks like it's got a bunch of likes.
1.3 million to be exact. Don't ask me why I know the exact number.
Nobody ever disliked the Rebecca Black Friday song in history. That's what history is now writing.
Well, Magnus Carlsen's writing history right now.
He sure is.
But if he plays H4 and F5 happens, that would be Black's 40th move. And we all know how many mistakes have been made on the 40th move reaching the time control. I don't think that Magnus is going to play G5, but it is a pretty natural move to make, and that could be disastrous. Of course, he'd still be heavily favored. Certainty he'd win the world championship. But that would not.
But it might not happen today if he
would not happen today
on his 40th move. And he only has 10 minutes. But again, to show everybody, it's just such an easy blunder to make. I made it. I think we all made it. We quickly said G5, and then all of a sudden the eval bar said, "Wait, there's something hidden here." And that's when we saw this sort of backdoor idea that king is forced to come up, and this rook swings, and suddenly this game is completely wild and might not even be losing for white. So this would be the last moment of drama, if you will, should H4 be met by F5, and Magnus has to find a move that is not G5.
Yeah, I don't think it's such a difficult task because he is significantly down on the clock, but it's still more than enough for the next two moves.
Yep.
And H4 is the first move which comes to mind. F5 is the most clear response. King C6 also is a very natural response, but F5 is a clear one, so then he just has to differentiate between two moves. The only moves which make sense are H3 and G5. And G5 also sort of, like in the lines we were looking at where White's rook swings from D4 to D7, it does open up a third result. I mean, it's still a slim chance, but Black's king is in some sort of potential mating net. So he will be avoiding this not only because it's bad, but also because it's risky. So I don't think that, the only question is maybe he'll see H4, F5 and think there's something cleaner than that, which is entirely possible. We haven't considered other moves besides H4, which may be very good. Even a move like King to G7 may be a good one. Yeah. Which is just a move which safeguards Black's king a bit, gets out of these F5 ideas. If there's ever some back rank promotion or something like that, then the king is not in check. So he might choose an option because he just feels like it's a bit cleaner than H4.
Yeah. Simple chess, as they say. Sometimes the best chess just is the chess that gives your opponent the least amount of chances, even if it's not the most accurate according to the engine. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw King G7. Agreed.
Yeah, very straightforward move and zero risk attached. Although, if you think that King C6 is coming, that could be an argument against King G7, even though it still will be winning for Black, because now you're giving up C7 and B6 falls one turn sooner, and your inclusion for Black was King to G7 versus the King being on G8, which doesn't seem to make all that much of a difference. It's, of course, winning for Black there because your passed pawns are so fast. It's just something that needs to be considered.
The only reason I didn't think it was really a tempo loss was, let's say, King G7. You pointed out this tactic earlier down the road. King G7, King C6, H4, King takes C7. White gobbles up all the pawns. H3, King takes B6 if White keeps taking. Now H2, Rook B1, and you mentioned Rook to B2, which wins the Queen. So maybe that pawn on B6 is too difficult to capture anyway.
It's true. Yeah, I guess you're not in time no matter what, and that's what we figured. But we're just seeing how Magnus is going to finish this game.
I wonder what Magnus would do.
Hard to know. He's still on the clock here. He is 7.5 minutes. He has time for a good stroll. He's obviously sitting and thinking, but what are you laughing about, Danny?
I don't even know. I don't know what I'm laughing about. I know Magnus is...
You know what would be really cool, though?
Yeah.
If players in games could give their thoughts live to the people watching. That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing. It would honestly make history, probably.
It probably would.
That would be something, right? Playing and giving the thoughts. I think people would love that, right? Don't you think that people would love to hear Magnus' thoughts right now? Honestly, everybody, I'm a bit nervous. Love the sponsors on my jacket. Also, I got to win this world championship here. So it would be cool. Would you do that, Fabi?
If I could, but I don't know if we have the technology to make that possible.
Lucky for you guys, in a recent breakthrough, chess.com actually does have the technology to catch up with Magnus Carlsen in real time. And so we welcome now to the studio Magnus Carlsen wearing the same jacket we see live. And Magnus, how's the game going today?
It's incredibly intense. I'm very happy with my position and how things have been going. Excited to hopefully close out the match. Enjoying the commentary. I'm actually listening to it in a small earpiece. It's not helping, but you're all weaker than me. But I'm enjoying the show and this game. Although intense, I feel good about it.
I love your jacket, your sponsors on your jacket. I don't know if we can get a zoom in on that if it's possible, because it's I think Magnus's sponsors would appreciate it. If we could turn a little bit on the shoulder there, the Fastercard and Unibrow.
I just want to thank my sponsors very much for all they do to promote chess.
We appreciate it.
Can I ask a question, Magnus?
Sure, of course.
What's it like sitting next to Fabiano after having sat across from him an entire world championship?
I have the deepest respect for Fabiano as a player, as a person, now as a commentator. I've really enjoyed it.
Have you been watching the entire match, our commentary?
I have. and at night as a replay as well.
Magnus, your accent sounds a little bit like Thor as well.
I'm a huge Marvels fan.
Yeah. What would it mean to you to win this world championship title, defending your title for the 4th time?
A lot of people call me the GOAT. I think with another win here, I'll definitely achieve that for now. I know there's a lot of players up and coming, and those who have there's a target on my back. But winning this would be incredible. But really, it's all for the fans.
Yeah. Magnus, did you mean to move the knight the other day when you touched the piece, or
look? I'm done with this question. I'm done with this question. In World Championship play, you adjust pieces. There's nothing. Do better.
Do better.
Magnus, you're getting a bit low on time. Aren't you worried being here that you